Hey everybody, thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com. I'm Judd Zulgad, he's Andrew Krammer. It is draft week. We're at Winter Park. Andrew was just at the Rick Spielman press conference. Andrew, let's start off with the obvious talker. What's the latest that the Vikings are telling you when it comes to their relationship with Adrian Peterson, and as the draft approaches on Thursday night, any chance that they might deal Peterson?
Yeah, well, 2 years ago, obviously, it was no intent to trade Percy Harvin. This time around, it's no interest in trading Adrian Peterson. That's what Rick Spielman came out and said today. He said, I think we've made our point clear. We do not want to trade Adrian Peterson. He was asked directly, what kind of a trade would it take for you to consider it? And he wouldn't even be open to that kind of talk. He said, look, we, again, have no interest in trading Adrian Peterson. He's on the football team. He said, if we didn't believe in him, he wouldn't still be on the roster. These are, again, all the things you would say if you want to keep him or if you want to trade him. I still think the possibility is open. They wouldn't put the phone down if, for instance, Dallas, Arizona, one of these teams called him. He should very well still be on the trading block, but this time they're still doing the hard sell and saying that, hey, we still expect him on the team. If you want him, you better come get him with a big price.
Gut feeling right now that Adrian Peterson, as of midnight Friday, I guess, will be on the Vikings roster.
Well, just in what we've heard in terms of what other teams are willing to offer him, I'm not totally sold they're going to get what they want, but I think there might be some concessions made in what the Vikings are asking for him. I don't think they're going to get a first-round pick and more. I think if they were offered a first-round pick, they'd be dumb to turn it down. That's the best you would ever get for Adrian Peterson, and you'd have to listen to a second-round pick, in my opinion. So I think all options are on the table there. I don't think the Vikings are as stuck and entrenched in that asking price as they perceive, or as they put themselves out there to be. My gut feeling is he's still gone after this weekend.
Vikings going into this draft, which is a three-day affair, of course. First round on Thursday, second and third round on Friday, and the rest of the draft on Saturday. Have, by my count, 7 draft picks right now. They have no 6th round pick, 2 in the 7th, correct? And they have the 11th overall pick. Rick Spielman, as we know, likes to move his first-round pick. What did he say about potentially bailing out of the 11th overall spot?
He's selling it. He wants teams to know, hey, if you want the number 11 pick, come get it. It is for sale.
And that's true.
Yes, I totally buy that.
That's legit. Okay.
Yes, I do buy that because Rick only has 7 picks right now. They've never drafted fewer than 9 since he took over the GM title. Actually, that was in the 2011 season when they haven't drafted fewer than 9. So they always like to go after a lot of players here. They only have 7 picks right now. He said openly, we want more ammunition. We want to stack up more picks. And by doing so, they believe the number 11 pick should be ideal for a team looking to trade up. He even brought up the fact that the 5th-year option for 11th overall pick is cheaper than in the top 10. He's trying to do all these different kind of sells. He really is. He really is peddling it. So
if he stays at 11 or moves back, what's your sense about the Vikings' first-round pick when it comes to position? Forget player, just go position.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a cornerback. They talked a lot about, though, these tweener defensive end linebacker types. I think it's defense. I mean, just paring it down in half, I think they pick defense with that pick. I think it's going to be the secondary, but if one of those cornerbacks they like is not available, I could see them trading back into the teens, 20s, and even getting a defensive end that they like, maybe a Randy Gregory or a Shane Ray, a guy who has now been kind of marred with these, what would you call it, character issues that might make
no red dot for them? No Spielman.
Oh, there's going to be one, but if you can get him in the 20s, if you trade back
red dot right off.
A value pick like that, I think they'd be willing to jump on
it. You mentioned to me that Rick Spielman during the course of this press conference brought up to the fact that the Vikings are taking a big step into analytics. Yep. Phil Mackey, do you hear that? What's going on?
Yeah, this is coming off of a year where they bashed Pro Football Focus quite a bit for just their takes on Matt Khalil and some struggles of some other players. Well, apparently they wouldn't name who they're consulting, but they are consulting with an outside company or person in terms of analytics for both college and professional scouting. Wow. Rick Spielman said this isn't just a one-year thing. This year, they kind of started it last year, and he said that even helped them pick Jerick McKinnon. He said that was a player that the analytics kind of picked out. And the big thing is they're not relying, he wanted to make it clear, they're not relying on analytics to make the picks, obviously, but if you have 3 guys that you're maybe kind of stuck with, that can break a tie in terms of who you want to draft.
Help me out here. When it comes to baseball, I sort of get it with the statistics and things that you go through from that vein. Mm-hmm. When it comes to football, when you delve into the world of football analytics, what are you looking at?
Well, for instance, if you're looking at a guy like a linebacker, you want to know, can he be a 3-down guy? Can he be on there in 3rd downs? What's he like in passing situations? Those analytics can get as deep as, okay, on 3rd and 10 scenarios, this is what happens when a quarterback targets this guy in pass coverage. Okay. You just can kind of break down the scenarios and understand, okay, are we comfortable in putting him out there as a nickel linebacker, or is he only going to be a 2-down guy for us? And then maybe somebody else is better in pass coverage. Maybe the stats say that. They say they always go back to the film, but a lot of times the stats reflect the film. So I think they go hand in hand more than teams want to rely on. But that is one kind of way of analyzing a guy through statistics.
All right, it's draft week. 1500ESPN.com has you covered. In fact, Andrew Krammer has you covered. Check out all his work at the website. We're also doing a podcast. There's a Purple podcast right now posted, and we're going to do another one on the website that you can find on iTunes as well, that we'll do on Wednesday, previewing the draft. More videos, plenty more coming your way through the rest of the week. He's Krammer, I'm Zulgad. Thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com.